I'm Kristen Markey, and welcome to our third episode of Village Eats, our Greenwood Village cooking show. It is an absolutely glorious summer day in Greenwood Village, Colorado, and we are going to cook some fantastic food today. We're going to meet some of our neighbors, and we're going to have fun. We have the most incredible neighbors. Today, Brent and Marion Nizer are going to be our guests, and they are just a wonderful couple. We're going to learn a little bit about them. I'm just waiting for them to show up, and we'll get going.
Hi, Kristen. How are you? It's good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for inviting me.
You guys are awesome.
This looks gorgeous and a perfect day for outdoor cooking.
And episode 3.
Yeah.
We're excited.
Here we are. So before we get to cooking, we've had this in the last 2 episodes. We decided to do some appetizers and a beverage.
Absolutely.
So you guys good with that? We can start over on this beautiful table and just get to know each other a little bit.
Toast,
Okay.
toast summer and
do it.
all things outdoor.
All right, let's have some ceviche.
I think it looks wonderful.
look good?
Thank you.
So I prepared this before you guys came, obviously.
Wonderful.
So we could just enjoy it right away. But it's a really simple recipe, and the recipe will be on the website, of
Oh,
course.
I love it.
But
Thank you.
You know, traditional ceviche, it's raw fish or shrimp, seafood, and this is not. So this is cooked shrimp. And then we've got some cucumbers in there,
Oh, it
and
looks
tomatoes
wonderful.
and avocado, and then there's lime, lemon, and orange juice. So super easy.
orange juice.
Orange
Ooh,
juice,
that
yeah.
sounds fun.
Oh, and a little bit of jalapeno, just to give it a little kick.
This seems to have a thicker consistency than others that I've seen. Just the way
And it's
they're held
good.
together.
Yeah, it's
great.
nice.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
nice.
and you can eat it. I like to just eat it, with a fork, but some plantain chips are great, or just some corn
Ooh,
chips are
plantain
also good. So I thought this ceviche needed a glass of nice, crisp wine. It's a beautiful day. We should have some wine with it.
Absolutely.
So I went into the DTC wine store, and I asked the owner. The owner's name is Allie, and I said to him, I'm serving ceviche. What would you suggest?
Right.
And I thought he was going to say like a Chardonnay or a Sauvignon Blanc, and he actually recommended the Spanish wine that I have never heard before. It's called Albarreño. It's from Spain, and it was $15.
Yeah.
So I was really excited that he
Great.
recommended a bottle that was, inexpensive, and I'm
And it
really
seems
anxious
exactly appropriate for
to,
this
to see if it,
style of
yeah.
appetizer.
Yeah.
From the low-cost area of Spain, looks like.
Well, thank you. It's perfect with this.
All right, so let's cheers now.
Okay,
to
thank you.
our third episode.
All right.
Outdoor
Yes.
Frisco dining. Thank you for being
Great.
here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
To another
To
treat.
you
Yeah.
in Greenwood Village.
Delish.
Oh, I
that's
like
great.
it.
Very
It's great.
fresh.
Yeah, it's
Very
great.
nice.
It's crisp, but not overbearing. I love it.
Got
All
it.
right, let's try it with the
Take a try.
the ceviche.
Yes.
And these wonderful micro forks.
Does this have,
Yeah.
do you have cilantro in here?
Yeah, some cilantro in here.
I love cilantro.
So you guys
Oh,
have
it's perfect.
Thank
Light,
you.
flavorful.
You guys have lived in Greenwood Village 28 years.
We have.
That means that you love Greenwood Village.
We do.
right.
We love it. We love it here. No, we love it here. Our kids went to Cherry Creek schools, and we've got awesome neighbors. We've lived actually in the same house
Oh
for
my
28
gosh.
years. So
Right.
we
Fantastic.
We settled here, and we decided this is
Right.
it.
We've done a lot of improvements, but we're still discovering new things in Greenwood Village.
Oh, there is so much to
You
do
know,
here.
the entrepreneurial spirit, new things happen, new businesses and new activities. So
Yeah.
it's never boring. It's always interesting.
And you're in the parks.
Right.
Right.
I've been on the Parks and Trails Commission and Recreation Commission for 7 years and chair for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
So we've done a lot of great projects.
So do you have anything new coming up that you want to share with?
Well, we just finished dedicating senior playground equipment right behind the Curtis Arts Center.
Okay, I've heard
Easy
about that.
one level, easy parking for the disabled as well, and other improvements have been made to the Arts Center as well. So that's just wonderful. And then we're working on a big open space park with a new natural channel to have it connect to the trails under Cayley. There's a new underpassing, and it can connect to light rail too. So part of the trail connectivity is important for mobility. Bikes,
Yeah.
people get to light rail, get to bus access, etc.
That's awesome. Oh, I love it. I mean, and I think in talking to most of our neighbors, I mean, that's what people love about Greenwood Village is the open space and the parks,
Right.
access to the parks. And
Sets itself apart, doesn't it, from other communities? And it's
Absolutely.
very sought after.
I know.
And a lot of families moving in or want to be, so that's a great
Yeah.
place to live. We have some of the trails that even run behind our house, so as we're having our evenings and we can look out, from our deck at dinner time, we can see people using the parks and trails. It's beautiful out there, and it makes you, just realize what
Plus the deer that hang out. as
the
well.
deer.
yeah.
They
How's
catch
that?
shade in our
Oh,
backyard.
yeah.
They
How's
use
that
the
for your
water.
gardens?
Yeah,
Your-
it's a
your
little
flowers.
nibbly. A little nibbly, yes.
You're feeding.
They must taste delicious, but I think that's the nature of the animal, but it's just so fun to just have that free and easy part of nature
Yeah.
there and in living in the suburbs.
Yeah.
That's, not everybody gets
So part of that open space in the parks, it's part of the Greenwood Village brand. And few people know that 10% of our land in Greenwood Village is parks or open space. That's a huge ratio to any metropolitan area, but one that's surrounded in a major metropolitan area is incredible. Very unique.
What's the average? Like, I mean, even in other suburbs of Colorado,
I
do you
think
know?
it would be down to the 1 to 2%, and it's generally there. It would be parks, and in some cases, as you see in Highlands Ranch, they have some dedicated open space, but those are kind of washes and ravines and areas you can't really build on, and sometimes it's not easy to navigate those with trails. So we've integrated trails through the open space where we can, as well as the parks, and the parks have different purposes.
Yeah. So I love how you are so passionate about the parks, and it is clear that you spend a lot of time on the parks, but I mean, you've had this huge career of financial literacy and education, and I was reading Brent's background and has been featured in, on ABC and NBC and CNN.
And now GVTV. This is the big one. This is what I'm hoping for.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
But I think that there's so much that our audience would love to know about what you do to help everybody with financial literacy.
I'm blessed to work at a private operating foundation that was started here right in the Tech Center called the National Endowment for Financial Education. And we do financial literacy training, financial education for high school students through college, middle age, and retirees. And our emphasis is on middle and moderate income folks, as well as lower income who can't afford a financial advisor. They need some help on credit issues, savings, and building retirement nest eggs, as well as saving for college.
That's fantastic. So what tools do you provide?
Well, we have actually 9 websites, but I'm going to mention they're all free and non-commercial, and so that's it's very kind of disinterested, non-biased advice, so very objective advice. So 2 that I'll mention, one for the middle income folks, kind of middle age, would be smartaboutmoney.org. And that has little lesson plans, like 45-minute courses you can take. Probably 9 courses on there right now, basics and more advanced. So that's a good orientation. Very good for millennials as well to check into that.
Perfect.
And the second one is called myretirementpaycheck.org. And this is an award-winning retirement decision site. It doesn't lead with numbers, it leads with concepts. And we have 8 areas where people need to think about retirement as they ramp up to it and as they manage retirement. 8 integrated areas: debt, savings, mortgage, retirement savings, fraud as well. So all the ways you can grow your assets and have a good retirement, but also to defend your retirement from any kind of problem that might come up. And we don't trip people out to say you haven't saved enough. If you can get the concepts right and kind of go with those, you build a sense of momentum, and it's holistic in nature. And I know that's part of your background, holistic nutrition, health. And so we try to do that in the money world too.
Yeah. And there's a correlation too with money and food
and wellness,
and
right.
eating at home and all of that. I mean, I think that we can definitely talk about that as we're cooking.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So should we go in? Let's take a couple more bites
Yes.
and go in and start
See
cooking.
what's
And
cooking.
today we've got our menu is going to include. We're going to do a grilled flank steak with a chimichurri sauce. And so we're going to be grilling right out here.
Perfect.
And then there's a sweet potato recipe that I've
I
been
love that.
experimenting with for the last few weeks.
Great.
But basically we're just gonna cut some sweet potatoes up and we're gonna put it in a sauce of just some olive oil and lime juice, cumin, garlic, and paprika, I think it is. And so we'll just grill those and just have a simple
Again,
salad.
we've got a European Mediterranean feel. It's all
Yeah.
working together.
But
Good
you know
job.
what? It's super easy. Like this can be a weeknight menu, or I mean, it is so delicious. You could have it for guests and a summer
Patio party.
barbecue for sure.
But it's nicely themed.
Yeah.
The parts fit together.
Yeah,
It's great.
yeah. It's something about the perfect bite. And my husband, from like going way back, and I don't know if it's like a European thing where they have like the perfect bite on the fork,
on the fork.
right? So I always think about that, like something of everything on the fork, because that's how he was taught to eat. So that's how I.
What's
menu
that? The
plan.
integrated fork concept?
Well, I mean, you hear that all the time and on the
Yeah.
cooking shows and all that. Oh, that was, the judges are always wanting that perfect bite,
Right,
Yeah,
right.
to get a little bit of
Yeah.
everything before they critique them.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about that for 25 years, the perfect bite. Anyway, all right, let's go in.
All
Let's go
right,
in
we're
and
ready.
start cooking. We are going to start with our potato dish because it takes the longest to grill. All right, so we're going to get
That's
that all
right.
whipped up,
First
put
things
it on
first,
the grill.
yeah.
But before we do that, let's get the skirt steak out of the fridge
Okay.
and just let it come to room temperature
All
before
right,
we put it on
let's
the grill.
do that.
I always want to, maybe about 20 minutes or so before you start grilling, let that piece of meat come to room temperature so it grills evenly.
I think it came out of a closet because it's a skirt tip steak.
It does look like
Yeah,
a closet
right.
over there too.
There we go. All right.
All right,
What's
awesome.
next?
So this is a really easy recipe that I have been like I mentioned, I have been experimenting. So all we're going to do is cut these sweet potatoes with the skins on, and we're just going to cut them kind of like fries.
Oh, nice.
Kind of like that. And then we're going to put them in a bag full of lime juice, olive oil, and
like
some
a simple
herbs.
Ziploc
So,
bag. Oh, what a
yeah.
clever idea for marinating.
Yeah,
That's great.
So easy,
Easy.
just because this is going to be a really super quick marinade job. So who wants to cut?
I will cut.
You'll cut? Oh, great. All right, you start cutting. Cut
And now,
away.
what is the difference between sweet potatoes and yams?
Oh gosh, I was hoping that you weren't going to ask me that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't ask me that. I
Okay.
don't really
I don't know either.
I was actually at the grocery store over Thanksgiving time,
Yeah.
and was talking to some people about that very question, and I can't even tell the difference really in
I can't
the
either.
taste.
I can't either,
So-
but I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah,
I feel
I
better.
really don't
This
know.
is what I buy, and so obviously I'm not on the wrong track. So
Yeah.
this looks
Yeah,
terrific.
they're really good. So while Brent
right, just
is
doing
cutting away,
the honors there. What should we do?
Let's do the limes.
All right.
So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna squeeze some lime juice into
Show
the
me how-
bag.
Okay, into the bag.
Yeah.
You want to squeeze and hold the bag, or you
All
want
right,
to do the
that's
opposite?
perfect.
Yeah, this is
All
a
right.
nifty little invention here
Yeah.
you've got. All right.
So I think this is the third show and the third time I've used my citrus squeezer.
oh my gosh, it makes
Obviously,
it so fast.
it's one of my
Oh,
favorite little
and you
kitchen
can do
tools.
lemons and oranges, probably whatever fits, right?
Yeah.
Very clever.
A lot of times I would just put this in a glass dish, but because we're kind of speeding up the
Of course.
marinating process.
Well, this is what every real cook would do. Ziploc bags are perfect.
Yeah. Oh, you're doing well.
Very
All
good.
right, so
then.
now I'm just going to put some olive oil in here. Just put a little bit of
All
olive
right.
oil.
Just kind of.
All right. There will be the recipe online.
Yes, we will follow
but
it.
I'm not really great
Yeah, you're
with
just
it.
kind of a knew it by
You
heart.
do the smidge kind of thing.
I know,
Yeah,
I know.
that's-
It tastes different every time.
That's
It's
all right.
like a surprise to my family.
That's part of feeling like a confident cook.
Yeah. So we're gonna put some salt,
Is that
a little
kosher
bit of
salt or
salt,
sea salt?
and I'm gonna just grab all of these things. I'm sorry to be
Perfect.
here.
That's all right. I just want to keep the
right.
weapon away.
Yes, thank you. And then we'll just put some pepper,
Oh, wonderful. Freshly ground pepper.
freshly ground pepper,
yummy.
and
I love this bag idea.
yeah, why not? We'll just put some
What is that? What did you
garlic.
Oh, garlic.
Some garlic and some cumin.
Ooh, yum.
And this cumin is,
Stick it a little
yeah, I think,
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna
go-
open
go.
it. I'm gonna open it
Yeah,
up
let's
and pour it on in.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
there
like a
go.
little kick.
This is maybe like 2 teaspoons.
Sounds great.
And then the last thing, we've got chili powder.
Yes.
So that will add
Ooh la
a
la. That's-
nice kick.
Yeah. So,
All right.
how do we
so we're
mix
just
it?
gonna
Just like
kind of
that?
mix
Oh,
it up.
just like
and then,
really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Simple.
So we're just gonna stick the potatoes right in
wow.
here.
Brent, those look nice.
Okay, Brent. I think this is good.
All right.
So you guys just,
Carve wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boy
I gave you
Scouts.
the right spot.
Just give me a knife, I can deal with it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Love
It's
it.
like Jed Clampett whittling on Beverly Hillbillies.
You guys just celebrated your 40-year anniversary.
We did.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was amazing. Yeah.
And what did you do to celebrate?
Well, we took a Caribbean cruise that included a couple of days in Cuba.
Oh
just
my gosh.
To add a little interest to it. So that was great fun.
That is so cool. I mean, how many people have been to Cuba?
Not a lot.
Not
so
a lot.
You know, if you have a milestone anniversary like 40, you want to do something that you will remember, and perhaps who knows how long people will be able to go back and forth to Cuba.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the embargo's been, or the restrictions have been elevated a little bit since the Obama administration, but you can still go there for people-to-people contact and educational
you can go there.
purposes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
is
we
that
love the Latin jazz, the history, and the culture.
The rum and the cigars and the coffee and all that good stuff.
Oh my gosh.
It's a real eye-opening place, but it was fun.
so? Was it on the cruise? You got off the cruise.
Yeah,
Okay.
part of the cruise was
Great.
2 days, which is
Okay.
nice because you know how cruises can be. Like we stop
Yeah.
here and then we go there, and we like that part. So we'd spend
Yeah.
a little time there if you're gonna go see
Oh,
some
that's great.
place that you've never been. That's pretty fun. And
That
the
sounds
rest of
fun,
it
yeah.
was just islands and cruising and fun.
And one thing we saw was the effect of the recent hurricanes. So they're really having trouble kind of pulling their waterfront together and the repairs that are needed. Soccer stadiums were wiped out, baseball field. Baseball's so big in Cuba,
Yes, it
so
is.
important. And that waterfront area is really devastated. So they just don't have a lot of aid.
Well, they
to
don't
pull
have
that
like
together.
a FEMA to come
Right.
fix it, you know.
Right.
So it's sad. It's going to take some time, but you know,
That sounds like
it was a fun,
really cool
It was a fun
experience.
visit, very different, and really makes you aware of how lucky we are to live here.
Absolutely. All right, so I'm just going to put these on a foil-lined grilling pan. Like I said, I've experimented with this, and I started by not using the foil, and there wasn't enough juice to
that keeps
cook
it
them.
together.
So now I've been putting them on this
Yeah, that makes sense.
foiled pan, and these are just so flavorful. You'll really.
So will you put
enjoy
this
them.
entire thing
I'm gonna
right
put
on the grill?
Entire thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
so
the potato
Do you want
stays?
these orphan potatoes to join that? Or
no.
No, okay.
I think we'll
good.
save
This
those
looks
for
like
later.
just the right amount
Yeah,
for
this
the
is perfect.
dressing and for that.
We're very efficient.
Yes, very good.
Okay,
All
I'm going
right.
to take these to the grill and get
All
this
right.
on, and then we can work on our salad and chimichurri sauce.
Sounds
all right?
sounds great. See you
Okay.
in a minute.
Okay, let's quickly make the chimichurri sauce
Great,
for this
let's
steak.
do it.
We have some cilantro and parsley, and then some olive oil, red wine vinegar, and then oregano, garlic, and sea salt. That's it.
Perfect.
I just recently upgraded my Cuisinart situation
Yes.
from like 25 years ago.
Yes.
I got like the new thing
Sure.
for Mother's
Oh,
Day.
absolutely.
And I've been using it all the time.
Of
I'm
course.
so excited about it.
It's a great
So-
high-tech gift.
I know, it's really fun. But if you do not have a Cuisinart, do not worry. You can do it in the blender. I always did it in my high-speed blender before. So,
Pulsing, yes. Well,
yeah, it's fine in the blender.
Yep.
It's just fine. All right, so gonna just put everything
yes,
in
everything's
together.
already there.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Good there, and we're gonna pour in our olive oil. This looks like
Ooh, it
really
looks
legit,
terrific.
doesn't it?
Yes,
like with all
I'm
like,
anxious to see. It's going to turn out kind of creamy, I bet, with the.
Let's see.
Let's
I mean,
see. Or smooth, I guess I would say.
it should be a little smooth, so we can just put it in like that.
It's not even scratch. It's
I know it.
Yeah.
It was Mother's Day, right? It was not that long ago.
Let's go.
So all we're gonna do is just like pulse it a few times. Okay, I think we are good to go.
Ooh, yummy.
It smells
Divine.
delightful. Yeah.
Super nice.
Now all this comes out here.
Yep.
And we're just gonna put it in this bowl here for serving.
Alrighty. So that's it.
That's
You're
it.
done.
That's
You're
it.
just
Done.
serving ready.
Yep.
Wow.
Exactly.
So I was wondering, the potatoes that you put on the grill.
Yep.
Now, for those of us that might want to make this recipe at home, do you do anything to them, or do they kind of magically cook themselves, or is
Yeah.
there any tending necessary?
Yes, there
for
is
that?
some tending. So now I'm gonna go out there and kind of flip them a little bit.
Okay, just kind of
but
turn them over
yeah,
a little
you
bit
do
to
need
keep them browning.
Yeah, we have the grill on high.
Okay.
So you want to make sure that they're not.
You want them charred, but not.
Yeah, not totally crispy.
toasted.
Yeah. Yeah. So just keep an eye on them. They do take about a half an hour
Yeah,
to soften
It's
out.
so important to sequence your food. I mean, I don't cook a lot, but I'm learning that's.
It's nice for it to have it all ready at the same time, right?
The timing is the hardest
It
part.
is.
I mean, it for sure is the
And
hardest
especially if
part.
you're doing something new.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the first time. So
It's
that's always helpful.
fun, like talking to younger kids that are interested
Mm-hmm.
in cooking in the dinner party, and they get super stressed out with the timing of it all. Like, oh no, I didn't think that this had to cook an hour. You know, it's like everybody's here, you know, and they're still cooking.
Why not just assign the hardest part of the cooking to your first guest that comes and embarrass them?
When they have people over, they have them do different parts of it to make them, because everybody gathers in the kitchen anyway.
For
so
sure.
might as well
And in this kitchen, this
enjoy.
beautiful kitchen,
This is a gorgeous
you might as well
kitchen.
put people to work.
Yeah, put them to work.
Yeah. All right, so now what we're gonna do is just quickly make just a simple salad. It's tomato time and cucumber time
Perfect.
in our gardens. So take advantage of the local
yummy.
produce and
Sun-ripened
just
tomatoes.
put it all together for our perfect bite. And then we're gonna throw our steak on, and then we'll be ready to eat.
Wow.
It's quick. I mean,
But you're sequenced.
yeah, this is a really quick meal.
Right.
All right. Brent, would you mind just cutting the cucumber, kind of quartering it up?
Happy to do that.
And we're gonna have some avocado and tomatoes, and it's hopefully you're using stuff local stuff or
Yeah.
stuff from your gardens. I know we all have our avocado trees in the back, so
Oh, yeah. Mine are laden. That and the grapefruit and oranges. I'm just out there all the time.
yeah, exactly.
Ours is a crab apple.
We do have a crab.
I have one of those too, and they make a humongous mess.
I do. The squirrels love it, but
Yeah.
And the deer eat those too.
Then we're just
Yum.
gonna quarter up some tomatoes. If you have any, for this salad too, like if you have any herbs like mint or dill or, parsley, whatever herbs that you like, just throw those on in. There's always trying to keep the
I
avocado
know.
green
Right.
when you just aren't using the
Right.
whole thing.
so what do you do?
So what I have started doing, and I've tried everything, and everybody has their own little
Their own little
trick.
tip.
I just cube it and put it in a baggie and
Oh,
freeze it, and put it in my smoothies.
Oh,
I
what a
haven't
great
tried.
idea.
I haven't tried doing that and making like a guacamole or something else with it, but it's fantastic
Oh,
in the
that's a great.
smoothies.
Yes,
Yes.
that sounds terrific.
And it stays perfectly green too in
Because
your
it's
freezer.
Frozen.
If it's good enough, you could put a stick under it and have avocado on a stick too. Just like a little popsicle.
That would be
Not
fun. Put,
real
like
popular, Brent.
your little wood sticks
Yeah.
in the avocado and freeze it like that. And
Another little whittling project. That'd be just
there
great.
you go. Do you guys have children?
We do. Our children are adults, so we have grandchildren that are mildly interested in food and cooking, but they have lots of other activities. So, healthy eating will come along, as it becomes important. Our oldest grandson is an ice hockey player, and so once he really got into sports and realized how he had to fuel his body for the sport, then he became a lot more interested in food and cooking than before, rather
Yeah.
than being just another picky teenager.
Going to
So
all the
there
fast
has
food.
to be motivation. Yeah. So
He also snowboards, and then he and I do stand-up paddleboarding.
We're just going to put some salt and pepper and some balsamic vinegar.
Oh,
And this is
yes.
a really nice balsamic that's pretty thick and
oh, it looks
delicious. So I'm just going to put some olive oil on here. Again, the recipe will be on
I know, but
the
it looks
exact recipe.
good. So simple.
But take your liberties if you like more
I know.
olive
You
oil.
experiment
if
a
you
little
like,
bit, and like you mentioned, if you
Yeah.
have
this is a
herbs
really-
and stuff
really
like that to
thick
put
one.
on it.
That's thick.
It is a super. Yeah, it is a.
My mother used to grow mint. Of course, now then we found out 9 million uses for mint. Once you
yeah.
have it growing and it's prolific, and you think of more than just the standard mint juleps. We can do other things with this mint.
I have been making lots of salads
Mm-hmm.
with mint in it, and they are just delicious. I'm going to go out back The homeowner here has a beautiful vegetable garden. I'm
Oh,
going to see if
pretty.
I can find some herbs to even stick in there. But
That looks
yeah,
terrific.
super easy,
Super easy
fresh,
for a summer night.
fresh,
Looks
fresh,
like
fresh.
exactly
yeah.
what you want to eat with your
Yeah,
lovely
exactly.
grilled
So-
meal.
So for the skirt steak, we're just gonna grill it 4 minutes on each side. You don't have to be an expert griller to grill this
And
meat.
that's high heat?
High heat, 4 minutes aside, let it rest for 5 minutes. We're good to go. We put our chimichurri on, it's foolproof. Let's put it on the grill.
Let's grill.
Let's put these steaks on the grill.
Sounds fun.
Okay,
Oh, they look good.
we have it heated really high.
Oh,
So
really
it
hot.
is hot.
Okay.
It is hot, and it is a hot day.
Hot day, hot steaks.
Oh yeah.
Good time. All right.
So
Got
I
that.
am just gonna put these on here.
Yum.
Oops.
Perfect.
All right. And I am gonna just do a little
Stir with those.
stir with
Yeah.
the-
Oh,
the
they look wonderful.
potatoes. They are looking
The color's
good.
good. They're just
about done.
they're terrific.
Okay, so we got 4 minutes.
4 minutes
Let's
on
time
this.
it.
All right.
Brett, are you on the time?
Right.
Okay, you're on the time. Okay. Do you guys like to grill? Do you grill
Yes,
at all?
we love to grill.
Yeah.
Love to
We're
grill.
old school, charcoal.
There's nothing better than the smell
It
of
is.
the charcoal
It-
grill, the
it
Weber
really is.
grill.
And that's
Is that what you have, the
That's what
Weber
we
grill?
got.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
But there's nothing like the speed and real high tech of
Convenience,
this. So, you
right?
know,
But we can add chips to the charcoal, soak those, depending on
like
what,
the hickory chips you do
mesquite,
sometimes, or
things like
mesquite.
that.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
play with it a little bit. It's fun.
So what's your favorite? Do you have like a go-to grilling recipe? That's
We like to cook fish and chicken a lot. In fact,
And you like brats.
I love brats. And a lot of times we've cooked trout that we've caught and cleaned. Our kids have caught and cleaned in Greenwood Village Pond.
Are you kidding me?
No, they caught 11 one day.
Well, we have, the fishing derby over, and
Right.
when the kids were young, they were eligible to go over fishing, and then we'd
didn't
say,
know they had real fish.
They
Sorry.
do, and they're all.
And some are tagged for prizes, and they've won a couple prizes.
So we'd come
This was
back.
before I was
What are
on
the-
Parks Commission, so
What
no
are the
conflict.
prizes?
It could be fishing equipment. It could be nets. That's what I remember that they used to do.
Okay.
It was great fun, and so we would eat the rewards of the day.
I mean, right here in the burbs.
Yeah, right here.
They even have people
Really?
there to help clean the fish, but during off season, I'm the fish cleaner.
You know how to
in the
clean
backyard.
fish.
And if there
Okay,
were
we're going to do our next episode on how to clean a fish.
I'll do it.
That's
Yeah.
you. I'm bringing you back because I have
Right.
no idea. No
It's
idea.
fun. And you just kind of leave the scales on, cook. You know, it's kind of
Yeah.
like your foil. The
Right.
scales and the skin holds the juices.
Yes, I love doing that with salmon.
Yeah,
But I
true.
haven't
Trout
really
works great.
ventured beyond that.
So, that when we were talking about kids and teaching, to have caught your own fish, clean it, and then in dinner time we grill it. So
And then I think you've frozen some.
well,
of
if
them
we
on there.
if we had a bumper crop of fish, we'd take the cleaned fish and we'd freeze them until the next time we were ready to throw some trout on the grill. It was great
Delicious.
fun.
And we like a lot of different sauces. We collected barbecue sauces from around the country and other
Or making
places
these quick sauces, and sometimes you've made yours from scratch, which gives me a lot of inspiration. But sometimes I just buy some, where I'm at. I say, oh, that sounds like it would be good.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're spicy,
and seasoning.
seasonings. Yes. So.
Do you ever go to the farmer's market and sample all of their
Oh,
sauces?
yes.
I was just the
Sometimes,
last
yeah.
couple weeks I went to the farmer's market and tried all of these like different organic,
It is
small batch.
and farmers market is just that's the term, but it's so much more than that. You
It
can
is.
learn so much more about fresh produce and ways to prepare it that
Right.
doesn't quite. But there's nothing like, and I love the smell. The melons and the fresh, in the sun, and the tomatoes. It's just a fun thing. It's great fun. So time's up.
Time's
ready,
up. Let's
ready
flip
to
it.
turn. Let's see.
Oh.
Woo! Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Right. And because
That has got a nice grill
Ooh,
space.
yeah.
It's a very full size.
it is a huge.
Grill.
So you're
Grill.
just flipping it. You're not mashing it down.
I'm not
Nope,
doing anything.
not squeezing it, and
All
we're
right.
starting the timer
Starting
again.
another timer.
4
4
minutes.
minutes.
Very
Let's do
good.
it.
Right on it.
Let's
Smells
get this
delish.
stuff off
Oh,
of
yeah,
the grill.
it's beautiful,
Okay.
beautiful, Chris. There we go.
We're gonna let this. We're gonna let this rest for about 5 minutes. We're just gonna cover it with some foil,
All right.
and I'm gonna take these potatoes off too.
Yeah.
They look perfect. Yeah, I think these guys are done too. I'm just gonna put these over here and we'll put them in a
Wonderful.
bowl.
What a feast you've made.
Yeah. So we'll just let this rest for a few minutes and then we'll slice it up and we're good to go.
Sounds fabulous.
Oh my goodness. We got a lot of yummy flavors
We do.
cooking in the air,
I've
don't
got
we?
right.
So many ideas. Yes, it's perfect.
I think we're almost done here.
Got our
We're on the
potatoes?
home stretch.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the sweet potatoes in a bowl. We're going to cut the steak, put the chimichurri on, and we are ready to eat.
Oh, it sounds good. Oh, those look perfect.
Yeah, they do look.
They've had a lot of time in that oven.
They browned up nicely.
Yeah. And you really do need at least a half an hour. I mean, I've tried slicing them as well, and that's a good way if you're shorter on time. Just slice them thinner.
To make them cook faster.
Yeah. I do like these like little wedges though. Okay.
Yeah, it makes
All
it
right,
hearty.
sweet potatoes. Put these on the table. So we are not plating today. We are serving family style.
All right.
And we're just gonna cut this meat. We are gonna cut against the grain and hopefully
Oh, it looks just right.
it looks pretty good.
Just right.
Yeah. That
Yep,
looks
just
nice.
right. Very good.
I like the skirt steak in the summer. I haven't really experimented with it a lot, and just recently have been making it over and over because it's so easy.
Where did that name come from? Skirt steak.
Who knows? Who knows? But it makes a nice chunk of meat for a summer salad, and
Yes.
I've seen some
Exactly.
places they serve that on top of a bed of greens, even. That
Yes,
type of
absolutely.
a steak salad. Ooh, now here comes the
Now we're going to put
chimichurri.
the chimichurri on
Perfect.
top of here.
Oh, beautiful color. Just looks yummy.
Yeah, this is going to be good. All right, let's just take this on over to the table, and we can serve ourselves up.
Take
You
it.
want to take it?
Yeah, I'll
Sure.
take it. Sure.
All right.
Thank you. Wonderful. This looks delicious.
Let's eat up.
Great.
Perfect.
The colors are good.
It is colorful and healthy. Just
Miriam,
perfect.
do you want to
Certainly. Do the
help
honors
yourself
here? Yeah.
first?
Thank you.
Should we sit down?
Thank you. Boy, this looks good. How about if I serve?
Oh, thank you.
All right. Brent, I'll put a little of that sauce on for you, and I'll switch plates. And I'll get Miss Kristen, our chef extraordinaire.
You want to help yourself? Oh, either or.
The salad's right in front of me.
There we go.
Thank
There
you.
we go, and looks lovely. Oh, this is
so much.
wonderful. Delightful.
Well, the colors are good
It
anyway.
is. Oh my goodness. Like
It's an
we
ensemble.
talked about the farmers markets, and this looks like
This looks like
fresh from the very place.
Fresh from the
Wonderful.
farmers
Thank you so much.
So
What a
welcome.
treat.
I hope it's good.
I'm sure.
And-
it's super yummy.
I mean, it was easy to do, right?
It
You would
was.
do
I
it
could
at
do
home.
this, and I will do this.
Yeah.
I already said so. I'm going to grab those recipes and remember exactly what you showed
Yeah,
us.
they'll be right on the. Oh, the meat is really tender too.
That's great.
That's good.
So the recipes are displayed on the
Yeah.
website, or
They're right on the greenwoodvillage.com website. So
Yeah, I checked them out before I came today because I thought, this is easy as you say.
Yeah.
Just as easy as you say.
thanks to both of you for
Oh,
coming.
thank you. This has
and
been a
for-
treat and getting to know you.
Yeah.
And getting to know you and some of the things that you're doing for the community, and it's just been wonderful. A beautiful day in Colorado. So
wonderful. One little secret we didn't tell you.
Okay.
We did get married on April Fool's Day. So
40 years
Yeah,
ago.
easier. So I guess it's going to work.
we're still fooling around. Yeah.
I love
It's-
it. Well,
it's fun.
congratulations
Thank you.
to the both of you.
I appreciate it.
Thanks to everybody for watching our third episode of Village Eats. If you have any questions or comments or would like to be a part of the show, please contact City Hall. And until next time, from Brent and Marion and myself, here's to cooking.
Bon appetit.
Yeah. It's good.